Okay, seems like it's running now. And it's Atacama, aka Unknown Map. Let's start with move into GG here. We have Loop in the pocket with the Magyars here, getting forging instantly. And well, all the melee attacks instantly upon reaching each next age is benefiting the Magyars definitely in the early feudal castle and imperial ages with that limited power spike. Makes for some nice scouts raids early on, so I would be surprised to not see Floop going for the going for the scouts for this one. We'll see though. And to the right hand side he has Big Papa with the Tatars. Another save, not unlikely to open scouts and then move into cav archers later. You could still do rush into archers or men at arms into archers and stuff as well, because even though Tatars stop at crossbows, don't get armless, they get thumbring instantly, which will benefit your archers instantly in the castle. But Big Papa, what are you doing? Why are you eating two sheep at the same time? They even last longer, so this is going to be even more decay. Stupid villagers. It's not Big Papa's fault, it's just the villagers not listening to him. And left hand side we have own cakes with the Aztecs here. Aztecs flank. That's not something you see every day, because the Aztecs, even though they have Arbalest and everything, they don't get thumbring, so they're generally considered a subpar civ for team games. But Aztecs, they do get Eagle Warriors. You could definitely make use of those on an open map like Atacama, where so much is about the middle control for wood access and everything. I'm not roasting Big Papa, I'm roasting the villagers. Alright, let's go to Persian Douche United. We have Aton in the pocket here with the Franks. So not saving Franks for a bear, not saving the tryhard picks for other maps. This is Franks for Atacama. And actually one of the civs that could probably contest that Magyars +1 attack. I'm honestly not sure who wins of Franks with extra HP or Magyars with the extra attack, but I think maybe that attack in equal numbers might at least make for a very even fight. I haven't really seen the one-on-one fight between Franks and Magyars, so can't really confirm either case. To the right-hand side of Aton, we have Dovahkiin with the Magyars. And yeah, probably same plan as Floop here. Gonna go for the archers, no for the scouts. You could, of course, always go men at arms with Magyars as well because of that extra attack boost. So solid flank with lots of options. You have great both cavalry and cav archers, which could be very useful to use the mobility on a map like this. And finally, TBW with the Huns here. Huns never needing to build houses, invites for some very aggressive play, which would probably pay off against the Aztecs on the other flank here. Almost looks like the whole of Persian Douche United just wants to go full on scouts here, which could be a true pain in the ass on a map on Atacama, which is kind of hard to full wall. Not impossible, but not necessarily ideal either. With that out of the way, we see players are off to good starts in general here. Some idle eco time here, for some idle time across the board. TBW, the only one without idle TC time here, surprisingly enough, but never needs to worry about getting housed, obviously. So we'll see for the uptimes what it's going to turn into. I see the barracks for the Hounds before the feudal age take here, so that could be a rush actually. Or it could even be men at arms with the timing here. We'll see if TBW sends the last few villagers to gold or what it decides to do here. Making militia. It's a drush from the Huns. And how's on case going to respond to this? I actually like the Huns drushing Aztecs because Aztecs are likely going to go for some kind of infantry play anyway. And if you drush, you could catch the Aztecs militia before they become men at arms. So that's a good way to approach the Aztecs. On the other hand, TBW doesn't really know what Cakes is up to here. So it's definitely not a green build rush, because here comes the rush. Drush FC could be for the Huns here, but why would you want to FC on an open map like this? You need your walls to pull off the FC after the Drush, so it's more likely Drush into archers or something like that. That's some ridiculous gold investment. Does Young Cakes here want to go for Eagle Feudal Age Scouts? I mean, Feudal Age Eagle Scouts? I have to say, it kind of looks like it. 6 of gold. Gonna drop a barracks soon enough, let's assume. Woodland walled in. Is it though? Yeah, it's walled in. Nice. Yeah, this has to be the Eagle Scouts in Feudal Age already. It's not the most common play. And Huns already with 3 militia on the field should actually be able to hold off decently against the first few Eagles, if that is the plan here. I don't see a single barracks. What's the plan here? 62%. Oh, there's the barracks. And that's not gonna finish unless you wall ASAP. Yeah, there you go. Good reaction. Could fight this off with villagers, I'd say. There's 6 villagers against 3 militia and a scout, weak scout here. But the barracks significantly delayed, so you could say that TBW is already at an advantage. Dovahkiin with the men-at-arms on the other side here, they are on the way in every sense. And Big Papa, not expecting the men-at-arms here, did not scout the barracks even by the looks of it. So probably expected the scouts here since the spear is already out. Yeah, 2 spears for Big Papa, they're not going to do too much against men-at-arms. Maybe if you had 4 of them, well, 5 of them since it's Magyars men-at-arms here, you could do alright, but 3 is a bit of a stretch. Well, the archers are out though, so that's gonna help. Archer. And Flip is here to help out as well, could send the scouts in between maybe to allow the archers to get some hits in on the men-at-arms. Dovahkiin not getting great value from the men-at-arms opening here, so this is good reaction from Boom into GG this far. Militia still more or less at full HP here. So many in gold for on Cakes here. I don't get it. This was PDU's home map, okay. Nice block, that's gonna be a villager dead, I think, for on Cakes here. There he goes, look at this blocking, oh come on. So annoying, man. And the range is up. Maybe that's more of a reaction. I still think on Cakes wanted to go for the Eagle, Feudal Age Eagle Scouts here, but reacting to the Drush and wanting to clean it up, going into the Archers here as well. And finally, rip Militia, at least one of them. Angry Housewives, as they're also called on my channel. I've been haven't been using that expression for a while. It's a fun story behind it. Yeah, great forward here by TBW. We can tell that from the idle time of villagers' deaths and everything here as well, that PDU are significantly ahead now, 7 villagers ahead and slight military lead as well. And full on scouts from both sides here. Atom with the stronger HP and Look with that extra attack, and now we see it in practice here, but Big Papa with the archers will help even out the fights here. And but there's probably no fletching, so alright, most of the scouts go down. Both Dovahkiin and Big Papa with the archers here. Big Papa just pulling back home here, while Dovahkiin is almost completing everything here. So just a few houses away from being full walled on the right hand side. That's actually quite an accomplishment this early on Atacama. Now the archers follow up from TBW, so not Drush fast castle, but Drush into archers. Fletching about to kick in. And unless Cakes pulls up a defensive tower here, this could be devastating for the gold and food income. Archers are out, but no fletching, obviously, for Cakes having faced this early pressure. Tolkien making Atacama into Lombardia Arena, yeah. IKEA Arena. Brr. But the skirmishers investment, I don't understand that. You know there are scouts most likely on the field. Well, actually, Floop doesn't have any scouts left, but you should expect it in a team game, so you can't go skirmishers in a team game like this. The pocket will always provide knights or scouts or something anyway. But right now it should be fine. Scouts and skirmishers mainly from Persian Douche United against Big Papa with the archers with loom and defense. Yeah, it's a good cleanup from Dovahkiin at their Big Papa suffering from not having support from pocket cavalry here, but on the other hand, Big Papa is taking a beating now, freeing up Floop's area and pocket to hopefully make a transition into Castle Age here in not too long. 22 farms should be enough, but where's the gold miners? Indeed, where are the gold miners? The mining camp is up, but there aren't any villagers mining gold here. Floop, well, has the gold for Castle Age, so I guess it's fine. You could retask villagers to gold later. Beer, which one? This one is called Random Rules, which I think as well. I always play random in the ranked games, but the style is India Pale Ale, IPA. Yeah, you have the gold troops, but you need the gold for cavalry follow-up later, whatever you're gonna follow up in Castle Age as well, so I'm puzzled not to see any gold miners mining gold, but let's see for the right-hand side here for a moment now to see Dovahkiin pushing mainly with skirmishers and archers here. And rip Pioncake's woodline here, that's going to be a struggle. Yeah, see, you have the goal to go up here. But now you're tasking 8 villagers. Yeah, that's a bit too... You need 6 villagers per stable minimum to keep consistent double stable production of knights. And since the villagers haven't been mining consistently, it's going to take a little time before that kicks in as well. That's going to be rough for consistent production. Yeah, purple took a beating for sure, lost the woodline. Has crossbows though, so that's opens for some counter-attack potential here. Dovahkiin and TVW, both with archers here. Why are both flanks in the middle of nowhere here hitting the pocket? Probably because the flanks are in a bit of distress already. So here's Cakes with the counter engagement here. Akkal-AOE is in. These are still Field Age archers for TBW. But look at the villager count here. Boo into GG are already 30 villagers behind, and yeah, should struggle big time to recover from this sadly. Big Papa under some serious pressure through the right hand side as well. Going to the cast stage now, but struggling for military numbers to benefit from that once the next stage kicks in. I mean, Dovahkiin doesn't even need to stress the cast stage at this point because he has such larger numbers than Big Papa here, so it's gonna be rough for Big Papa to even fight these feudal units in cast stage with the current idling going on and everything. A cavalry transition could have been an option here and pump out some knights, but yeah, it looks rough. You can resign, Papa. Alright, pancakes with a TC on the stone and tiny woodland here. Stone, probably with an ambition to get the castle up in the middle. Whereas Dovahkiin is 130 up, staying with the army forward here. Which is a bit surprising because now Big Papa in theory has access to siege weapons and everything here. Has gold, almost has the wood for it. But looking at the wood setup for Big Papa, the wood access is going to be a huge issue in not too long. Big Papa is not in the middle at all. In fact, the whole of Boom into GG have been denied completely of wood access in the middle, and that's just that's the issue with this map. If you don't take middle control, you're going to struggle so bad for wood. You won't afford farms, you won't afford archers, you won't afford production buildings. It's just an evil cycle. Just look at the wood count here. And yeah, the military situation as well, obviously. 74 military to 15 here. Crossbow just roughly a minute away from Dovahkiin here. Might lose some numbers to the knights here, but then again, yeah, +2 just kicked in, so that's good for Fully upgraded knights here already for the Magyars. But then there's crossbow kicking in 20 seconds for Dovahkiin, and there's a limit to how many archers Loop can kill before crossbow kicks in here. And here comes Atom with the Pranks Knights as well, and they're just going to demolish this small number of knights for Loop here, who now has 8 and gold viewing knights, but will struggle for gold for consistent knight production shortly. And Atacama, if you lose the center, you lose the game for sure. You need wood. It's as simple as that. Does he even have ballistics? No? Just good aim there for Dovahkiin's crossbows by the looks of it. 75 military to 15, the GG is called, and Persian Douche United take the first game here. Looks like Big Papa plans to carry a 1v3 here. No, not really. Let's see for the stats here and go into the second game. Franks with a military star there, KD 27 to 10. Pretty decent there, cleaning up Magyar scouts earlier on, or not cleaning up, but taking a good engagement there with the archers. The economy situation should show much more resources for Persian Douche United being the constant aggressors here. Drush into archers with the hunts. Was that it? Worked very well against the Aztecs, but looks of it. Didn't look like Pancakes had a defined plan there, but it did look like feudal age Eagle Scouts to me, and then you need 2 barracks and at least 6 on gold like it did, but didn't quite work out, of course. Look with a smooth feudal age time there, beating Dovahkiin to it. Sorry, beating Atten to it, but Atten with the Franks' stronger economy behind this and following up nicely with everything. Alright, let's find the last cast of the day. Pull up the Team Islands, the home map of Boom into GG. Let's see if this works for us this time. Go easy on me, just add him a dog hotkey. That's what the pros would say. So we have Team Islands again. Maybe we have another 2-hour game on our hands, who knows? But let's have a look here. Pancakes with the Sicilians here. Interesting. Must be a landing in the planning here for Boom into GG. Sicilians transport ships, they have more armor, more defense. They are an amphibious tank on water compared to generic transport ships. I think they even have room for 5 more population. So yeah, expect a landing from the Sicilians at some point here. To the right hand side, Big Papa with the one of the most frequent um, islands, civilizations with the Vikings. Fantastic economy, fantastic boom, access to longboats, which can be huge on water fighting. Akkal, get your beers ready. Yeah, exactly. Um, I'm not gonna wait around for this to flow. I'm just gonna restart Capture H and start from the beginning. And basic, I get it. It's a good pick, don't get me wrong. I think we're good. Alright, so that's Vikings. With the flank position, it would seem that Big Papa wants to get some feudal age galleys out and contest water, and allows the Sicilians to maybe make a landing while the others fight for water. Left hand side by Byzantines for blue. Faster firing fire galleys, also yeah, a unique technology benefiting the galleys from the castle. Greek fire +1 range. And tankier buildings, as you can see, the town center has 2,600 something HP as compared for the generic TCs. Oh, hello, Dovahkiin. Yeah, that first one was quickly over with the Atacama game. Okay, as for the other team, for Persian Douche United, we have Atan in the pocket. No, sorry, Dovahkiin in the pocket. Playing as Vikings pocket, so probably the fast castle approach here into the longboats. If I'm going to make an educated guess, that's not too uncommon for Vikings. And to the flank sides, we have in the teal here, we have the Portuguese for Aten. Nice counter to the Vikings, but unfortunately on the wrong side here. So, maybe not ideal positioning, but they still have access to the caravels, which is a good response to longboats fire. And finally, TBW with the Italians on the other flank here. Going to contest with a quicker uptime with the Italians, 15% cheaper advancement through the ages, and get some naval presence going earlier than the enemy, potentially. Yeah, they're spying on you, Dovahkiin, but Venturava already finished all of the games, so... So, you shouldn't be worried about Venturava watching. Oh, well, Team Island starts like Arena. What do we do here? What do we expect? Sicilians making a landing, probably. Scouts or knights, maybe, depending. And the thing about Sicilians is that their units take less bonus damage from counter units. So if you go spears or pikemen against Sicilians knights, you're going to struggle because they're harder to kill due to you doing less bonus damage. Get back to work. I have nothing better to do. Sounds about right. Dock to the side here for Aten, going to contest the water, and same with the Italians player in the south. Viking with the back dock, so that's the fast castle play most likely for Dovahkiin here, as the ships would have to travel all the way around for the feudal age fighting, if that was the plan here. So pushing in the deer as well are the others. Yeah, they're doing. I think most of them are doing it. Deer pushing here to boost the economy, bring in the boars as well. Sometimes you see players on the high level use the scout to bring in the rhinos as well, but that you always risk losing the scout if you're not paying attention to the scout. But it's a way to keep your economy rolling without risking villager deaths to war as well. You could use the scout instead, because you're not going to run into enemy scout on this map anyway, at least not in the Dark Age. How's the idle time so far? Doesn't look bad for either player here. Less than 20 seconds for all, so Floop and TBW with 0 and close to 0 here, but yeah, nothing too significant. Less than 1 villager whoever you look at. So the difference here in villager numbers are basically the fish income and a little bit of idle time. Hey, Joedex. Está bien, et tu? Oh, rip villager! Oh, that's the dangerous of also not having loom on these maps. Goes down to Rhino there. Rip. Wait, that's the second villager. Oh, what kind of start is this? Oh, yay, Gaia OP. Getting 2 villagers of Atten here, so not the prettiest start ever for Atten here with the business Portuguese. Oh, transport ship. That's an early transport from Big Papa sending over the scout. And 2 villagers. 3 villagers. Alright, what's the plan here? Is it Men-at-Arms Towers with Vikings or something? There's 2 on gold. Huh. Interesting. So not a Sicilian's landing yet. Wait, is the Sicilian bonus actually... It's a team bonus. Nice. So each... Uh-oh. We're gonna take the long way around here. Yeah, this is some significant idle eco time for Big Papa here, taking the long way around, dodging the enemy doctor. And could be that Blue didn't know this. Alright, right. Where are you going? Where are you going? And there we go, landing just after the feudal age kicks in. 4 villagers. That's either the largest landing commitment ever, or it's actually Men-at-Arms Towers in the planning for the Vikings player here. 24 pop. Some idle time behind this. Idle eco, of course, since the villagers were transporting. And not towers, but a range and archers. That's going to be fine, of course. TPW hasn't spotted... Why? What? Why a stable at home? Why? Did he lose his scout or something? Or is it... Does he think that there's going to come a landing of some sort here? I mean, scouts, that's not going to do awesome. Well, they're going to do fine against the archers without fletching. Ah, you saw the transport. Yeah, okay. So, not stressing out here then. Yeah, but why a stable? Why not a range and skirmishers? I mean, you haven't seen the ranges yet, but still... Weird to be. Anyway. But it allows you to go into knights eventually, of course. So Big Papa needs to collect the numbers here or get fletching ASAP to contest the enemy scouts here. The range is going up as well for TBW, going to focus on dealing with the Vikings landing here. A stable could be expecting Sicilians to land here, because if the Sicilians land you with scouts, you can't defend with spears, then you need scouts of your own. But it is in fact the Vikings landing with archers here, as we have some naval fighting to the north side, where, look, with the faster firing Byzantines, fire galleys should win this fight, with numbers left, at least 1 left. Yeah, that's fine. Hit and run from the galley here. Fletching is in, so could potentially get the fire galley. My job this game was to be as annoying as possible, and I didn't disappoint. Alright, here's Dovahkiin with the scout as well. Archers doing some work. Fletching is in, means that the scouts will be going down. You'll need something else against the skirmishers though. Maybe add some skirmishers as well if you're the Vikings here. Where did the landing builders go? Oh, they're here. Nice. Dovahkiin might get a kill here. Oh no, weak scout. Never mind. Never mind. And now the barracks. Oh, couldn't you let this poor guy die? Could have actually taken out that galley. But yeah, lots of things to focus on. It's mainly about the water fighting here, and Bloop is doing a good job at it by contesting the docks of the Portuguese player here. We see demo ships in the making. That's a good call against fire galleys like this. And this could be a double hit, I think, if the demo raft gets a hit in here. But for now, Bloop is taking the lead numbers-wise here over Atom by far, and will be contesting the docks here. So back to the landing. Big Papa losing Archer's numbers here, but yeah, being annoying as he says. Why the barracks though? Could of course go with men-at-arms here to deal with skirmishers, but the more obvious call would be adding the stable as is being done right now. So a little bit of everything here. Potential AR. Okay, the arms and spears is for the enemy scouts. Makes sense. Makes sense. Makes sense. 4 villagers landing. That's a commitment though. Dumb horse. Enter the scouts. I think if I'm Big Papa here, I'd wait for 2 scouts before trying to engage against the skirmishers here, because even in a mass like this, skirmishers could do decent. They don't have... Yeah, they have fletching, so yeah, I think... Yeah, it's probably gonna be okay. Docks going down for Atten here, so 3 ships. Are we trading with the enemy now? Nice. Bit too early in the game for that, but that's one of the more common hotkey mistakes, not taking in the blame here. At least get some trade in, come on. Come on. Send it to... Okay, there's longboats here, maybe not. Send it to blue. This dock is unprotected. Yeah, anyway, that's not gonna do much, other than die at some point. Yeah, that's gold, makes sense. Uh-oh. Archers versus skirms here, where are the scouts? Spearman out for TBW. Looks like the landing builders are all down as well. Big Papa now with 6 villagers lost. That would be all of them killed by TBW by the looks of it. Maybe TBW raided some of the shorefish villagers here or something as well and I missed it. That could be the case. Oh, and the Dovahkiin has gone into skirmishers as well, so this is some defensive commitment by Persian Douche United here. So Big Papa's landing definitely has succeeded here, even if he's losing the units in the process here. The archers just move on to contest the income of Dovahkiin here now. TC goes up, and Big Papa just passing it. Not so much to do other than delay it a little bit, I guess. Looks like it's fishing. Meanwhile, Atten is kind of trying to get back into it here. 6 fire galleys for Floop and 8 galleys now for Atten and Dovahkiin, of course, with the longboats. While our Sicilian friend here has been making fire ships. But not all that much naval investment here either. Is there a landing in the planning, maybe? Oh, it's trading! Nice. Nice raids by Floop in the backside here, getting some of the Vikings fish here. Down goes one longboat as well, not bad from Uni Fire Galleys there. Triple TCs for Floop here to extend the economy on land. They're going up dangerously close to the shoreline, but they're going to be fine until Galleon, I think, and Cannon Galleons. Cannon, yeah. 20 longboats now, though, for Dovahkiin here, with Bodkin Arrow in. And PDU with some solid military numbers overall here. Big Papa with the archers again, still no sign of that Castle Age. We have War Galley on the way from Floop here, so those fire galleys will become fire ships. And Floop has been shredding some economy here. What's the plan with Sicilians? Probably the landing we just saw at the beginning of the game here. Roomier and tankier transport ships, you know. Legend has it that Floops of Winters are idle to this day. Yeah. Could be fishing ships, maybe. Oh, War Galley is in for Atten in the back here. And naval military caravels even out for Atten here to contest any potential longboats of the case here. But mind games at work here. No longboats from meant of course the Vikings longboats, but Big Papa isn't going to provide any longboats anytime soon, so I'm not sure about the Carol addition at this point, but army is army. It's gonna help out as fish eco of Boom into GG is being contested here. It's archers, man. At least it's keeping TBW off water, so good work. You could make a drinking game out of my idle time. Yeah, let's save that for Drunk Casting Fridays. But you did publish a game I saw in Casting Request Floop, so I guess that one's up for Friday if there is one session. Quite likely. Ooh, Big Papa with the kills here. 2 builders. No more docking for the Vikings here. Just roaming around with these feudal age archers here. Potentially to be crossbows at some point. Who's 5 TCs? Oh, that's some significant Sicilians boomer, but Sicilians, they built TCs more quickly, but now look at the TCs being built too close to the shoreline here. They could be raided by Castle Age 4 galleys, and what does PMKX do about that? We'll need a defensive castle ASAP on the shoreline here to keep them defended. Castle for Floop as well, not wasting the stone here, getting 2 castles up to protect 2 docks and the TCs. Will this castle range these units? No fletching for Floop, so there's a limit to how far this castle ranges. And yeah, stays unbuilt for now. And let's see the archers. Crossbow is on the way for Big Papa for his 4 archers, but there they go. And Crossbow is going to complete with no archers to benefit from it. Yeah, longbows doing work here, taking out the docks here and there, and Big Papa just reaching the Castle Age, but only 1 dock and low HP at that, getting careening now to make room for even more units inside the transport ships, maybe. Yeah, it looked like we had a rough start at them. Floop is worried about the landing here, placing some stone walls as well, just in case Atten and company try for a landing here on this side. Team Cakes with 14 fire ships total, but it's basically almost the only one providing military on water for Boom into GG here, so I'm not sure how much that can accomplish. Imperial Age is on the way though, which will give Sicilians bracer, I guess, for any ranged ships on the water and other benefits they have on naval upgrades. I don't play water maps, so I don't have these upgrades memorized, badly. This is a hopeless fight against Persian Douche United, though. UK is going to lose some numbers here easily. I'm not sure why PDU aren't really... Yeah, they're engaging. Yeah, easy win in that fight for PDU. The landing of Big Papa has been cleared up by some rams and some knights and whatnot here from the Italians, and suddenly PDU has freed up all their economy at home, and they're actually, after these raids, they've been idle and they're behind the villagers slightly here, but look at the military counts again, like the Atacama game, that PDU has 6 times the military size of Boom into GG. So what is Imperial Age going to give Peon Cakes at this point, other than Trebs and Elite Sergeants and First Crusader? Could do a landing with Elite Sergeants maybe or something. Heavy demo if Sicilians get them. Masonry to boost the buildings here. Archer armor as well. So we're going to see some archers place here, unless Peon Cakes thinks that benefits the ships. Yes. Fairly decent, surprisingly decent fight here against the longboats. Careening is in by the looks of it. That gives the ships extra armor. And yeah, chasing longboats here. Dova King can just hit and run here and take out everything though. I see treadmill, crane, and heated shot for Peon Cakes, so more castles to go up. Alright, we're compensating for... We don't want any builders to go idle building a castle here. Sicilians build the castle so quickly anyway. Missed the demos, what do you mean? Oh, look, demo the longboats. I see. Well, there are a few longboats left and Imperial Age on the way, so I'm not sure how much of a difference that makes. EVW has made a landing with the Italians here as well. Is that just transport ship with knights? I think the castles on land should handle this. Elite Sergeant, are we going to see? Are we going to see the First Crusade here now from Peon Cakes? Oh yeah, already researched it, by the looks of it. Nice. It's going to be a Sergeant transport masterpiece here. Again, not villager building castle. This is so ridiculous. Treadmill crane for Sicilians as well, benefiting the villagers building even more quickly. Yeah, I know Blue landed red, so he raided with some knights earlier, and here comes some crossbows as well. Sliding back into Division 4. That might be a reality indeed. This Sergeant, Elite Sergeant, they should easily be dealing with this though. They have such high pierce armor. They're 2-tonic, or not that high, but... I mean, unlike 2-tonic Knights, they are slow moving, but they have more pierce armor, so they could actually contest range unit. But, moving close to the shoreline, if PDU have any demos at all here, they could actually demo the units here and take out so many of these Sergeants. Big problem with longboats as well. This is a nice cleanup from Boom into GG here. And catching up in military numbers somehow as well. 140 to 99 here. Huh. Well, rip landing of TBW here. That didn't last long. And these Elite Sergeants, given the Sicilian team bonus and careening in, you could actually transport all of these over to somewhere and make life a bit awkward for Persian Douche United, because even though they have presence on water, the Sicilian transport ships, they are so tanky you can barely even kill them. 34 longboats against 74 though, but Big Papa still in the castle age means that he's up against elite longboats, and that should be an easy fight for Atten Dovahkiin to win with these numbers. How do you counter Sicilian transport? Monks? Yeah, monks sounds... But you know, that's not even going to apply after the next patch, because Sicilians with First Crusade or with Scutech, I don't remember, are going to have more conversion resistance. I tested that with the beta for the new patch with the Sicilian Knight with the unique technology and a Teuton ally, and it took me like 12 seconds to convert one knight. So, and if you add plate on top of that as well, good luck converting Sicilian's units. If you have Teuton's teammates, even that's just going to be ridiculous. Yeah, it's quite a bit of elite longboats here. I like how Big Papa pulls away to wait for even more numbers here before engaging, but it's still longboat versus elite longboat here. That's going to be a tough one, but Imperial Age is on the way. If Big Papa somehow can conserve the numbers here, we could be looking at a better fight in the end. $153 to 128 now. Surprised to see Boom into GG recover as much as they've done here. Obviously, they were very annoying with the early landing and everything, but still, Persian Douche United at some point had 6 times the army count of Boom into GG. Shouldn't be any way back here for Boom into GG, but right now it's looking pretty darn good here. 342 villagers to 296, and army numbers evening out here as well. Eco could be an issue though, if we look at the overall economy here, but no, Pancakes with ridiculous economy here could consider slinging the teammates as the time passes here. Let's see that KD tab. Loop with the fast fire ships here, Imperial Age in a little while ago. That should be decent against the longboats, but the number's still pretty large for Dovahkiin here, 44 of them. Both providing fast fire ships. Now, at this point, Big Papa should meddle in, I think, even not having elite longboat, and here he comes. $143, Boom into GG in the military lead now. PMK's adding the... Wasn't that the caravel? Or what was it? Galleon. Okay. Still has the sergeants, and where are they? I want to see a sergeant landing masterpiece here. Still very significant numbers on water for patience. It's PDU with the caravels, of course, so they, with the caravels of the Portuguese, could contest the longboats of Big Papa, who's getting elite now. Roman 2243, hello. There are cannon galleons from the Portuguese out as well. Maybe they even have the unique technology giving them giving them essentially ballistics for gunpowder. Monastery at the shoreline, not a good idea if you want to conserve the relics. Should be unraidable by sea, ideally, but here they go. That could probably be relocated if PDU are able to resume control over water. Let's see the longboats numbers though. 55 to 84. PDU 190 to 165. They seem to have arguably better production of RB overall here. Hmm. Now let's have a look at the upgrades here that don't show. The defense careening seems to be in for everyone here. And chemistry is definitely in for the Portuguese and the Vikings here, but I think Big Papa is missing chemistry here. Obviously, quite recently reached the Imperial Age here, so you need to research that as well. Take some time, 2.5 minutes or something for chemistry. But lacking that upgrade means that Big Papa will be taking more damage here as well. Do I have AOE2 minimized here? Yeah, I do. Okay. I don't think I can do much more about the lag here. I'm just going to have to endure it. Is Bracer missing as well? Bracer is missing. Okay, yeah, that's huge as well. So we have 7 plus 2 damage compared to 7 plus 3 at least. I'm losing units so the game doesn't lag so bad. Yeah, doing me a favor there. I appreciate that. Enter the galleons from the Sicilians, but look at the army numbers again now. PDU with a 60 military lead here now, and looks like they want to do a raid on the other side there as well. What kind of units are those? That's a huge ass army of caravels and cannon galleons here from Aten to sneak around to the backside. And something that Blue can't see, I think. Nope, can't see. Well, back to the fight here. Just passing indeed. Well, they need to deal with the castles, but that's what the cannon galleons are for. They're gonna contest these Byzantines castle. That's gonna take a while. They have solid HP. Perfect sneak indeed. Really didn't realize there were Byzantine castles. Nah, it takes a while to take out those. And wow, there's fast fires here to clean up the cannon galleons as well. Good recognition of Loop here to take the fights and fast fires. Is he gonna clean the caravels with fast fires here? Ooh. Ooh. Great fight for Loop here on the other side, evening out the numbers a bit again here. PDU still with a 40-50 military lead here, but trade is going on for both teams here, but it looks like Boom into GD has better trade for the time being. Landing, but where? I see some yellow movement here. There they are. There's my Saracens landing in the middle of the green here. Elite sergeants to raid the trade routes here. Crusaders are attacking our trade routes. Never have the gold been this accurate. That's gonna hurt for Persian Douche United's trade here, but let's see their resources. Yeah, that's gonna be real bad for Dovahkiin's gold income here, in fact. It's pretty low on gold. And Sicilian's castle drop. Please tell me there's more than one villager building this. Yes, there's more. And dungeons. Oh boy. I will see if I can help the shadow. Probably not needed. Let's see if this helps a little bit. I wanted that hill so bad. Yeah, there's still hope for the dungeon. The sergeants could do decent against the Arbalest here. They're surprisingly tanky. And up goes the Not up goes the castle. No! 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 don't think I've ever seen a castle closer to completion. Oh, 99.20%. Yeah, down, Jump Foundation down as well. I mean, at least you can still construct dungeons because you have sergeants here. The home island of Boom into GG looks fine for now, but here comes another wave of attack from Atlan here. Cannon galleons together with the caravels on this side, wanting to contest these castles and take some. Take a fight here. Fast fire ships ready to defend again here, so you need to be careful with your cannon galleons here. Resources growing scarce by the looks of it. And the castle is finally up. Pioncakes really wanted this castle up and sent 17 villagers to land to finish that castle. Missing just a few percent. Castles in the middle of the trade route over Persian Douche United. This could be an issue. But more cannon galleons this time. Are they elite? No, they're not. Here come the fast fire ships again. Yeah, that's annoying for sure, these castles going up here. They do have some castles of their own though, so there should be some potential for trebuchets here. Fast fires, shredding the galleons yet again, and this massive investment of galleons and caravels. Although they do get the castle this time around. Great trade for Loop's fast fire ships. Two castles and three dungeons here are just pumping out those elite sergeants. Look at the economy behind this for booming to GG. It's actually much stronger in terms of builders and everything here for against Persian Douche United. It's going to be annoying as heck to deal with, but the Arbalest numbers of TVW now are in numbers that allow you to deal with or one-shot sergeants here. Dungeons everywhere! Making good use of the builders and sergeants here. What's that? Stable. Nice. Some post-imp raiding party of Pioncakes here. Elite sergeant numbers. Not great. We are Floop with some knights as well, soon to be cavalier from the Byzantines, and fast fire ships now to contest the longboats and caravel numbers over here. Yeah, how's Blue gonna die though? He has the Arbalests here. There's nothing on the field here for Pioncakes to take out Blue's army composition. Bombard cannons being added to take out castles and dungeons here. It's still a very successful landing, all things considered. It's so annoying, and it's in the middle of the trade route, so it's going to affect the gold income of PDU here. So every time they lose units on water now, the clock is ticking to get that trade running again, so they can replace army on water. They still have the advantage, obviously, since Floop is going in here all alone and sacrificing those fast fire ships to diminish the numbers a bit here. Elite longboats, still no bracer. Back to get some raids going. Those sergeants are OP. Yeah, not OP enough. Thinking light. What are those light cav? Sicilian's light cav. Score looking pretty for Boom into GG though. They're 4,000 score ahead, but I think that can be largely attributed to KD and eco situation here. And let's see the trade units. Oh, this is huge. Only 16 trading units left for PDU here, so that's going to affect their gold income massively. And if they're left with only water, they can't really afford to make enough units for a landing either. Hmm. I think these cavaliers are hoping to be transported over, but that's not that's not going to be allowed here. Taking some serious hits from the caravels and longboats here, as Dovahkiin and Aten are holding the passage here between the islands. And someone is blaring that Big Papa has some units over here that should be put to use. By the looks of it, 52 elite longboats now for Big Papa is matching Dovahkiin's numbers here now, but it's not matching the upgrades, which will be an issue in equal numbers fighting here. What's going on land? We have Light Cav raiding in, and again the trade really isn't running for PDU right now, which could be an issue sooner rather than later. Look at the population difference here as well. It's like 100 population more for Boom into GG, who are soon to be matching the military numbers of the PDU here. Big Papa chasing here. I don't think Dovahkiin is aware that he actually has better upgrades and could fight this even alone. But let's see. Just saw those Sicilian transport ships as shields for galleons. Yeah, probably not a bad idea. It would be like having rams on water, right? Those tanky ships. Oh, let's see the fast fire ships again. Oh! Ooh, and the HP is in the advantage of Boom into GD here, but then there's the upgrades of the longboats not matching for Big Papa here, would kill even more quickly with Bracer, and looks like chemistry is in, so that's helping, obviously. Dovahkiin withdrawing the longboats here. The issue here for PDU is that they're still struggling for gold. They don't really have that trade running, or Dovahkiin does, but the others don't. So if they lose the presence on water now, it's going to be really tough to get back. Look at the eco KD on Cake here. 229 villagers killed and counting. Raiding with Cavalier here now from the Sicilians, probably sergeants around as well, and the GG is called. PDU gets the revenge on their home map, and Team Islands seems to be their map this time around. Okay, didn't see that coming after being down to 1/6 of the army count of PDU early on here. But that's the GD. Score is probably what's discouraging PDU the most here, and also lack of gold access, of course, but crazy game. GG. Boom into GG, yes. True it was for this one. Look with the largest boom wall here, by the looks of it, and Big Papa with that early landing, putting PDU on the back foot for a while there. KD should be interesting. How do you get the star with 441 kills and 508 losses? And yeah, I don't get these numbers. Yeah, most kills. True. After my forward landing, did not expect to be highest eco. Well, Vikings eco. Vikings eco, man. That's just how it is. Yeah, you need to farm to keep that sergeant's production and stuff and cavalier and everything, so it makes sense. And same goes for the opposing team if they want to hold off against the forward. And it's not like it was very safe for either team to fish fish a lot either. So so I guess it makes sense. Boom into GG is victorious. 1-1. Nice set.